Hey guys, in today's video I'm so excited to be showing you guys another Halloween tutorial in my semi-short Halloween series. So this is a glamified grunge Joker makeup. I kind of just saw some inspiration for a regular like clown makeup, and then I decided I wanted to make it different and do like a Jokerish theme, and this is what I came up with. So if you guys want to see how to do this, keep on watching.
Okay, let's get started with the last tutorial in my Halloween series. I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizing Smoothing Primer, and I'm going to spread this all over my face. Then for my actual foundation, I'm using the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation in the lightest shade, just because we want to be pretty pale. This wasn't crazy pale, but I don't know, just pale enough. Still pretty like a realistic skin tone color. Now I'm going in with my beauty blender. Personally, I love the black beauty blender, so this is what I'm using. Dampened, of course, to blend out that entire foundation. Now I am going in with a little bit of this brush. I really like that brush for like places I want a bit more coverage, and just a nice dense concealer brush. For concealer, I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer, and I'm using this on the underneath my eyes. I love this because it is even lighter than the foundation, and it's so creamy. It has such a unique texture. Blending that out and topping off with some Laura Mercier translucent powder, just a cult classic favorite, and I'm using this to bake my under eyes and my smile lines. I just bake whatever I like to bake. Now for my brows, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I went in with the Maybelline gel liner, you know, the really classic one that everybody loves, and an angled brush, and I'm just using this to give me some black brows. I did not have much of a plan for this, so everything was just kind of on the go and just thought of as I was going. So I just figured some black dramatic brows, because why not? So I used that, and I finished up both brows, and then I'm going with my powder brush, and I just take the excess under eye powder and I kind of blend it all over the rest of my face. Then I go in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I just add this on any more spaces, just because the goal is to be pretty dramatic, matte, full coverage, so extra powder doesn't hurt. So now I'm going in with the Shade and Light palette and this MAC brush, and I'm just using this to start your not so average contour. This is one of those like skeleton-ish type contours, like kind of the opposite of what you would do on your daily basis. So instead of blending everything up, I'm blending everything down. It just gives the cheekbones a much more evil lifted look. Now I'm going in with the Shade and Light eye palette, just because I really like the cool tones in this palette to do even more shading. So I'm just going over the same spots, and the goal is to make that little curve in your cheekbones the darkest point that's kind of right next to your mouth. Instead of making the upper part of your cheekbones by your hairline and your ears darker, you want to make that little curve that's on the like kind of, it's just, I don't know, you just kind of see what I'm doing. Now I just went in and setting my lids with a light shade, and now I'm going to begin the eyes. So I was kind of just going with the flow. I started doing random things, and I just took green shadow on a fluffy brush, and I knew I wanted this to be grungy and smoky and not defined. So I just went in with the green shadow using the Morphe 12P palette. Love it so much. And just different shades, different green shades, black, and I'm going in all over the eyes. So basically I started with a transition shade, which was completely not necessary, because you're going to end up just filling the whole thing in with green and black. So I did start off with your basic transition shade and then like deepening the lid, and I realized it just was not necessary. So I just filled the whole area in black and green, and then I'm going in and defining the edges a bit with the black shadow. It started to look pretty crazy, and I didn't like it, and it just wasn't looking good, and it wasn't blended, and it just looked really sloppy. So I just kept going back in and shading the edges and blending the black in with more dark green. And now what started to pull it together is the black on the outline. So I do highly suggest outlining it in either a black liner. Personally, I love water-activated body paints, so of course that's what I'm going in with on a small little brush, just to define the edges and go in with that black paint, and that's just going to define everything. And I didn't really specify, but you can kind of just tell what I'm doing about the whole eye shape that I was going for. Now, what you really need to do to bring it all together even more is to blend out those face paint on the edges. Because it looks way too stark, you want to really deepen the edges and blend that out into the green, and this just really, really helped it so much, and this really started to actually look good, unlike before it just kind of looked sloppy. So I highly suggest, like I've been saying, just to blend out that black paint into the green with more black shadow. Now I'm going in with that more of the deeper shadows, going in back and forth with the cool tone browns and the black a little tiny bit, just to really deepen up that little like curve in the cheekbone that we make, just to make it look super, super like grungy. So now I'm going in with, I just quickly applied Unicorn Blood by Jeffree Star onto my lips, and I did it super, super sloppy and really, really overdramatic. Then I went back in with the black paint, and I just made this Joker smile with it, and then blending the black and the red together, even adding a little bit of black shadow to do some blending. Now going back in with the Shade and Light palette, I'm using that cool toned shade just to do some really light like temple contouring. Once again, to give that more, not skull-like, but kind of skull-like on the shading. Now I'm going in with the Urban Decay Smoked palette, and I'm going in with the shimmery green, and I'm using that all over the lid because I did want this to be pretty glam. I wanted just to add a little bit of like shimmer onto the lids. Now going back in with Unicorn Blood from Jeffree Star, and I'm just making a little clown nose on top of my nose, or like a little clown circle on top of the nose. Then I'm going in with the Morphe palette, and I'm using the black shade once again on a super small brush. This wasn't super necessary because I am just going to go over top of them with little dots on each corner just to give it more of that clown look. But I kind of tried to smoke out the points and just make them and drag them out a little bit, if you know what I mean. Now I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, I just did like a quick like really dramatic liner. It wasn't super necessary, but it did add more glam to the look. Now with the Alma One Coat Thickening Mascara, I'm quickly applying a thin layer on top of my lashes just to help the falsies combine with your lashes. Now for my lashes, I'm going in with the Fright Night Lashes by Ardell. It's their Halloween line of lashes in the style Mesmerizing. I absolutely love these lashes so much just because they're the most dramatic things ever and like sort of drag lashes, but I love these for all sorts of Halloween looks. Now for my highlighter, I'm going in with this Tartelette Pro Glow palette to go, and it's just a little mini palette, and I'm using the top highlighter because it is a more cool tone silvery highlighter. Whole thing is pretty cool toned in this look, so I'm using that to highlight, and then going back in with that MAC contour brush and the Shade and Light palette to contour the sides of my nose. Just really helps with the whole pinch nose effect, especially with the little dot at the end of your nose. Now to top it off, I'm just going in with some black shadow around the perimeter of my forehead and my entire face just to add that more grungy like look and make it look a little bit more dirty because of course we're going for that grunge look. And then to top it all off, I went in with some red water activated paint from Ben Nye and put little circles on the tips of the little diamond shapes around our eyes, and that's everything.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, with a thumbs up, comment down below what you guys think, as well as subscribe to become a beauty and be a part of our beautiful world. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.